You guys pick good chairs.
Welcome to Discovery Nerd Hunter. You're watching Yesterday
Today,
and Tomorrow. So for the Yesterday segment, I thought it'd be really fun for Pat and I to talk about graphic novels that we really like, that we recommend people to read. But I wanted to go outside of DC and Marvel, or at least, mainstream superhero DC and Marvel. So I had each of us pick out a series that we really like, we want to recommend to you, the viewer. So Pat, what did you pick this week?
well, I want you to meet somebody. I want you to meet the Flintstones, the modern Stone Age family. And I want you to meet them too, because this book right here, written by Mark Russell and released in 2016, is a fantastic social and political satire. It's unlike anything else I've read from the Hanna-Barbera series. And it's a weird thing to say those two words together, but it really drives home. It hits topics like war, post-traumatic stress, and even religion. It's my top week.
So it's a Flintstones, like set back in Bedrock, old time.
You could say it's the Flintstones, but a little bit more bolder.
No, I wouldn't say that. But you're saying they talk about like war and stuff like that?
Yeah.
They turn Fred into like a veteran?
Yeah, Fred's a veteran, and they have they explore like the Barney Fred relationship is a little bit differently than it usually is. It's not just a one-sided relationship. They really flesh out the characters. It also talks about kind of like they use the animals, and they speak about how they're used in consumerism and whatnot. Because
So if you were like familiar with the Flintstones show and all that stuff like from back in the day, would you feel comfortable like jumping in this?
Absolutely.
It wouldn't be too far off?
it wouldn't be too far off.
That's pretty cool. I actually have not read them myself, but you kind of just sold me on it, so I'll probably end up checking it out.
It's a yabba dabba do.
All right, I'm just going to segue off of that one for me. All right, so I picked Lock and Key. I've been reading comics for a really long time, and this was the first comic in like forever that I'll just read the first volume and I'll read the first couple chapters and be done. I stayed up to like 5 a.m. and just finished the first 3 volumes. I was just so engaged with this book. It's written by Joe Hill, which is actually Stephen King's son, who writes under a pen name, so that way people wouldn't just immediately want to buy it just because Stephen King's son. He wanted to make a name for himself. So it is a psychological horror though. So if you don't really like that kind of genre, it's probably not for you. But if you do, it's so good. It creeps you out just the right ways. It's very imaginative. It's just so good. I cannot recommend this stuff. So if you like horror, psychological horror, exactly, I strongly recommend Lock and Key. There's, I believe, 6 volumes of it. It's a complete series too, so it's all out there for consuming. And it's really good. Cannot recommend enough. All right. That moves us on to today, where we're going to talk about comic books that came out today. So we each picked 2 this time to kind of streamline the process a little bit more. What was your first pick?
I'm going to actually springboard off your entire Lock and Key idea on Stephen King, because I really like The Ice Cream Man. And not only the profession, but also this comic. The Ice Cream Man is that psychological horror. Every issue is different. You can kind of jump in and whenever you want to.
It's an anthology?
Yeah.
Okay.
And every time I read it, I want more. And it's solid.
Yeah, I haven't read all of them, but I picked up the first several, and I really liked it. It's one of the reasons I keep stocking it, because I just personally like it, so I like to show people it. But I haven't read this issue yet, but it does it for me for sure. Nice psychological anthology story. My pick for this week is I chose Batman and Superman. It's going to be following off of the Batman Who Laughs story arc. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
So it's a Batman from an alternate universe, the darkest timeline, if you will, where he kills the Joker, but the Joker injects him with his toxin that makes him go insane, and then Batman kills everyone from that universe, and he comes to our universe and starts fighting everyone. So this is Batman and Superman teaming up to go against the Batman Who Laughs. And I read it, pretty good, pretty darn good. It's always really fun to watch Bruce and Clark kind of riff off each other, because they're so dynamically different people. And having them just be able to have that little, personal interaction with each other, it's always a fun read. So if you into that, do recommend.
Well, Who do you think would be the Bruce and Clark in this relationship?
Oh, I'm definitely Bruce.
You're definitely the Bruce?
We're definitely Bruce. You're way too chipper.
All right. That's fair enough.
All right, so what's your second pick?
I also chose a team up. Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel. It's funny because it has my favorite Marvel and my least favorite Marvel. I absolutely could not stand Miss Marvel when I first started reading her. And now, Captain Marvel. But now Miss Marvel... Miss Marvel kind of gives her a little bit more character, makes her more likable, makes her more approachable, and I can't. Yeah, it's marvelous.
The Miss Marvel story is pretty cool. I mean, I'm a big Inhumans fan in general, so I kind of like that whole Inhuman story with the Terrigenesis and all that stuff. But I like that since Miss Marvel's such a new hero, you gotta have to kind of go with her on her journey to becoming. Someone.
That's kind of it feels special. Every time she meets someone, you're kind of as starstruck as she.
Yeah, exactly. It's like definitely a new age comic character. You know, unlike all these other people who have such a rich history, she's so new that you kind of get the feel as the everyman, if you will, or the every girl in the situation. So my second pick for this week is Detective Comics. Once again, it is a Batman title, and you're probably wondering, do you only like Batman? The answer is yes. No, I'm just kidding. But I am intrigued by Batman. He's one of my favorites. But I like this story. Did you ever watch the King Kong movie that just came out not that long ago?
Oh, the John C. Reilly movie?
Yeah, sure. That one.
Yeah.
He was in it. They had the entire two pilots from World War II crash on this island, and then they end up working together. It's in this too.
Right.
And so Bruce's plane crashes when Deadshot takes over, and they land on this island. And it's just like, I'm a really sucker for like Batman outside of his elements, where he's like none of his gadgets and stuff like that. You just see Batman just be a martial artist, a tactician, and they kind of cover it with this one, him versus Deadshot. So it's kind of fun. That brings us to our tomorrow section, where I want to talk about something I just went to. I just went to the D23 convention, which is the Disney official fan convention. And there, they had some Disney Plus news, which I know you're on the fence about it, but I am in the bag for Disney Plus. They keep announcing new things, and I'm all about it. I'm not paid by Disney Plus, but if you want to pay me, I'm just saying. Advertising. Anyways, big thing they announced for the Disney Plus is 3 new shows that they didn't announce at Comic-Con. So we got Miss Marvel, which you were just talking about, Kamala Khan.
All right.
Which super excited about that character. As I was just saying, much more I can say about it. I'm just kind of excited for that, new age hero story. So another one they announced was She-Hulk, which I'm really excited about because one of my favorite things with the Daredevil show on Netflix was half the episode was this like lawyer show, Law and Order, whatever, and then the other half of the show was just Daredevil beating the crap out of people. And I feel like they can do that with She-Hulk, but just a little more elegantly.
I want more lawyer She-Hulk.
No, absolutely. But that's the thing is like She-Hulk, since she doesn't have an alternate identity, the lawyer side is much more important to her character than honestly Daredevil. People might not agree with me on that, but I feel like it is. And I just feel like we can get a good Law and Order superhero show, and I think that fans will like it a lot. And then the last show they announced was Moon Knight, which a lot of people, which I kind of agree with, basically call it's the Marvel's Batman, right?
Batman with guns.
Batman with yes, mercenary Batman. That's what we'll look at it. And I think it'd be really fun to have that kind of gadget hero show on Disney Plus. What's your feelings on these shows?
I'm looking forward to the Miss Marvel show, and I'm also looking forward to the She-Hulk. Heads or tails of Moon Knight. I'm not a big fan of Moon Knight.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. You're wrong. That's cool. I'll be wrong. It's fine. What news did you bring us?
What I brought is The Mandalorian, the next Disney show that's talking. It's not Boba Fett, not Jango Fett, but a new Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. And it's like a more mature rated show that like Star Wars is putting out, which I'm kind of head and tails about because I like Star Wars camp. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I'm 100% on board with just watching a guy murder a bunch of stormtroopers. I know my place in life. I'm a stormtrooper. I'm a recruit.
We are the stormtroopers.
Yeah, we no pay, get blown up. We're faceless heroes.
I've literally had that job before. It's not fun.
Yeah.
But is it going to be set? Is it going to be set there? What era is it going to be set?
It's going to be set in this modern Star Wars era.
Oh, it's going to be during modern times.
Yeah.
So we're not going Old Republic or anything like that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm always about these Star Wars shows and movies and stuff where the Force isn't the main character. I like non-Jedi Star Wars. I loved Rogue One for that reason. Rogue One is a war story.
Vietnam Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that non-force Star Wars story where you get to be the every guy who's just trying to like fight this war and not get killed, or maybe do get killed.
All right. And the next one was the Star Wars trailer that's coming out, which I was actually ecstatic because they had the reveal of Rey using the red lightsabers, and there's a lot of speculation right there.
Yeah.
And I have a firm belief that Rey should go evil. I think that she should go evil.
I have a lot of problems with the last Star Wars movie, but I swear there was that moment where Kylo gives her the offer just to let everything burn and start over, and I was like, Right, you should just take that offer.
It's a solid offer.
That's a good deal. He is giving you a good out right now, and then she didn't take it because
they need another movie.
Yeah, that's true. They need more money. Also, because Ray's stupid, but that's my opinion. But no, so a lot of speculation on that. The Dark Ray, or it would be the
Dre. That's what we'll call him. Dre.
It's actually Raider. It was like going by Darth Raider.
I like Dre a little bit.
We'll go with whatever you want to say. But the speculation is that it's going to be like
Luke swamp fantasy.
Yeah, Dagobah kind of thing.
All right.
That's speculation, of course. Speculation.
I think it's funny because
did you notice though that C-3PO had dark red eyes?
Yeah.
We're going with Darth C-3PO now.
I don't know. He had a red arm in the last one, right?
Yeah, true. But
I just think he's just a slow red C-3PO.
He's got a disease that's just turning him red.
It should just upgrades. Eventually, we'll just have a full red C-3PO.
All right, so that brings us to our fan theories. All right, folks. We need you to write in and tell us what we should theorize, because if not, we're going to just keep doing our own thing, and we don't want to do that.
It's my favorite part of the show.
Okay,
But
we need audience participation.
Passion.
So make sure you write down in the comments below what you think we should fan theorize. Since we didn't have any suggestions, we came with another one, and our fan theory for today is
the Fantastic Mind 5. It's how we're going to bring the Fantastic Four into the Marvel Universe.
Yeah. And who would we cast as the Fantastic Four? Since you already,
I stole the show on this one, so I'm going to continue stealing this show. All right. So, I'm saying this. Everyone likes young, sexy actors. Not me. I'm like, enough of that. I want some old, gritty, dusty actors. That's why my Mr. Fantastic, George Clooney.
I mean, I'm done to watch George Clooney.
Like a broken baseball mitt. He's already there. I like the idea of age George Clooney as Mr. Fantastic. Our Invisible Woman, Leah Thompson.
Okay.
It's a little bit more. She's a little bit younger than George Clooney, but you know what? Still solid. She's more mature. She's going to tackle these ideas like an adult woman.
Okay.
And she's going to be a woman of science.
So definitely more grizzled and aged and experienced.
Yeah, Okay, so the Thing, everyone's loving, everyone likes him, everyone loves him. John Goodman, the voice of the Thing.
I don't know about any of your castings, but I do love all these people, so I'm going to see this.
I pictured John Goodman kind of like an old wrecker, someone who's like almost like a junkyard dog, who really has seen the things. I like the idea that my Fantastic Four or Fantastic Five, because you'll get it in a minute, have been around the block. They've saved the universe. They've saved Earth. They've done everything multiple times. Our young hotshot, despite being the youngest person on the crew, still old man. Mm-hmm. Timothy Oliphant.
And where would we know this actor from?
I think he's on the Santa Clarita Diet.
I haven't actually watched the ad, so I'm just going to take your word for it.
All right. But and my Dr. Doom, the great Nicolas Cage.
Okay. I feel like the internet will tell you you're wrong on that one, so I'm going to let
I don't trust the internet. Do you?
That's a fair point.
Okay. I'm going to throw this at you. Here's what you get. You have the old Fantastic Four. They break into this new universe. They crash land on Earth. You got your first responders. You got the Hulk. You got Captain Marvel. They're seeing what's up. And as soon as they see what's up, as soon as they get to their spaceship, they are instantly both KO'd by the Silver Surfer. They have been trying to chase the Silver Surfer and stop
him. So you're bringing the Silver Surfer in.
I want to bring the Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer takes them both out instantly. and they're in a moment of panic because the Earth believes that the Silver Surfer is with them, and now they are hunted. They're hunted throughout the Marvel universe, and that's where they're going to be able to kind of meet everybody. Everyone's going to have a swing on them.
In this scenario, the MCU is the villain.
Yeah.
So you're looking through the eyes of these scared refugees coming into the MCU.
Well, scared refugees, but they're also trying to stop what the Silver Surfer is bringing, which is Galactus.
Okay.
I like the idea of Doctor Doom being a part of the Fantastic Four or the Fantastic Five, and later on, Doctor Doom does something that saves the day, but puts him on the outs. And he does it because he realizes that Reed Richards won't. And Reed Richards will lose his family.
So he's going to make the hard decision.
Yeah, he's going to make the hard decision. And at the end of the day, he's going to be villainized for it.
Okay. All right. So now my pick for the Fantastic Four into the MCU and my casting. So my big thing I was thinking about is how do you get the Baxter Building into New York City without anyone else knowing it was there, right? Because that's the worst thing you can do is be like, and they were there the whole time. I don't like that. That's bad writing and lazy. So what I was thinking is make them foreign. They're not in New York. They're from somewhere else. British Fantastic Four. So my pick for the Invisible Woman is, and this is the one the internet says, so I'm not like being super original here, but I'm just going to agree with the internet on this, Emily Blunt.
All right,
Emily Blunt. The reason I'm doing that is, and if you can guess, Mr. Fantastic, John Krasinski. Because those two already have chemistry together, and I feel like, first of all, if you've been reading Fantastic Four recently, they draw Mr. Fantastic like John Krasinski.
Okay.
So I don't know why they're doing that, they just do. Yeah, it's I guess it's one of the reasons why people are speculating that John Krasinski is already going to be the Mr. Fantastic for that reason. So we pick those two, right? And you would do Emily Blunt as British, and John Krasinski is came over there. He doesn't have to do a British accent. He can be American just over this company, which leads to the brother of Human Torch. And I'm going to go with Taron Egerton. All right, our boy. You know who Taron Egerton is, right?
Oh, no. Go on.
Eggsy from Kingsman. He also played Elton John in Rocket Man. He also played Eddie the Eagle in Eddie the Eagle.
All right.
So, I mean, he's a great actor. I'm a fanboy for him all the time anyways. But I think he'd be a great young, super cocky Human Torch. Which leads me to my last casting, The Thing. Jason Statham would be great for The Thing. He's British, if you didn't know, right? But also, he can do that tough guy act really well. But he's also, kind of
Nimble.
So we do, a nimble thing.
Nimble thing?
Yeah, where he's not to throw back to King Kong again really quick, but you know how
King Kong... I love that John C. Reilly movie.
Yeah, so you know how King Kong's big, but he's still, swinging around, more acrobatic and stuff? Kind of like that kind of thing going on.
Okay.
So instead of running through a car, he jumps on the car and crushes it.
I'm down with that.
It's kind of simplicity like that. I just also like hearing Jason Statham talk. So
I also like it because I also can see him playing a really good opposite of Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
And
because you don't want those characters to be too similar, right?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. All right, so that's our fan casting and theorizing for today. Make sure you leave down in the comments what you want us to talk about next week. Well, if you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. And if you want to watch more, make sure you subscribe. But until next time, this has been Yesterday,
Today,
and Tomorrow. And I'm John.
And I'm Patrick.
Have a great week.
Wait. And for those fans who stuck around, our secret word today is Leah Thompson. If you come into the Scruffy Nerd Herder and say Leah Thompson, you can win yourself a fantastic, a wonderful, a mysterious bag of mystery.
And how many of those we're giving out?
How many of those are we giving out?
Giving out 3. So the first 3 people to come in here and say Leah Thompson get free mystery bags.